welcome to today's Fireside Chats, where Heather Autumn will regale you of accounts of her childhood as a young writer turned blogger turned vlogger. A story full of passion, torment, and dying for the creative arts. May she inspire you to grab a pen, pencil, or keyboard and pursue your own dreams. Without further ado, here's your host, Heather Autumn. Oh, I didn't see you there. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I know this was supposed to be a fireside chat and I need to explain what happened. So that was filmed on a different day and I was gonna go into this really long description about, oh, if you wanna become a YouTuber, here's what I did. But I realized like I only have 144 followers. Literally I have 2,200 on my Instagram and I have around the same in my Facebook. So out of all of my social medias, besides my TikTok channel, which is brand new, my YouTube channel has just a really small group. But I appreciate you watching and I appreciate the comments and it's been really wonderful. But I just felt like a moment of, am I really qualified to talk about this? And so I'm gonna do some more thinking about it. But the reason that this video is the way it is because this week has been nuts. And I'm laughing because it's just one of those, like, it's approaching Friday and I'm going to do minimal editing on this video because I'm so tired. So what's going on is that I'm a temp. For those of you who don't know, I signed up with a temp agency here in Boston when my husband left. You know, I'm really good with office stuff. I'm a pretty good receptionist. And so then they set you up with companies that are looking for certain receptionists or office people. So I got hired but with this really great company here in Waltham. And it's one of the reasons I moved to Waltham. But they're moving. And in fact, actually the second I started working for them, they're like, oh, just so you know, we're gonna be moving. And I'm like, but I just signed a lease. So the good news is that they're not moving out of state. They're moving, you know, to just another town. So that's cool. I know how to get there and things like that. But the downside was that I was just kind of thrown into this, like, not sure if I should move. And so for the last couple of weeks, I've been talking to the realtor I work with, and I've been talking to my friends, and, you know, I was thinking about moving out to Revere, and I had this place picked out, but the rent was gonna be like crazy. And I still don't know what's happening with my divorce. I know my ex-husband seems to be fighting tooth and nail to keep anything he can. And so it's just one of those things, like, it just seemed like a lot of stress on that end. And the location I was looking at, you know, it's nice, but it's not as nice as here. Like, Waltham is a really cool place to live. It has tons of restaurants and the Green Line is close by and there's a Wegmans not too far away. And like literally everything I could want. It has its own movie theater. Like, everything I could want is here. It kind of became, why am I moving? Why am I causing all this stress for myself when the rent is cheap and I'm living in a great area? Waltham's a really fun place. And I feel like I just got here in some ways. Like, I'm just getting used to everything. And I talked to a few people and I was like, well, I don't really like my apartment. And they're like, well, what's wrong with it? So I showed them pictures and they see that I have this fireplace that works. They're like, you have hardwood floors? You have a fireplace that works? How high are your ceilings? I'm like, well, they're about 10-foot ceilings, I guess. I don't know, they're pretty high. And they're like, why are you moving? And I was like, well, you know, there's nails in the floor that stick up and there's kind of like pieces of drywall missing because when I moved here, it was an emergency move because my ex-husband, he left and he removed his name from the lease, but he didn't remove mine. And at the time I couldn't afford, well, I still can't really. It's not even at the time. I can't afford the rent. And so I was like stuck with rent coming and I had to pay for that, which took a huge chunk of money out of my account. And like, it was horrible. And so it was one of those things where I was like scrambling for a place and I literally saw this and I was like, I'm gonna move in this weekend. And they're like, well, we don't have the walls painted. And I was like, just make it livable and I'll take it. So the good news is I got it and it's great, but like I have holes. Somebody had a previous TV there in the bathroom. You know, the walls are a little rough. And so I showed my friends these pictures, my coworkers, my friends, these pictures, and they're like, so what's stopping you from repainting it? And I was like, oh, I didn't think of that. And so we had this discussion. I have really great coworkers and really great friends, and they kind of pointed out to me that maybe I'm not attached to this apartment because I haven't given it a chance and I haven't really shown it love like I would if I knew I was going to be living here for 5 years. And I was just like, you're right. And once I started thinking about that and realizing that I'm not investing in this place because I see it temporary, I was just sort of like, oh. And so I decided to stay. But what that didn't fix was that my company is still moving. So all this week, you know, I've been helping coworkers pack up their stuff. I've been helping direct movers. I've been unlocking things and relocking things. And it's been really crazy to the point where I come home and I'm just like, feed the cats, feed myself, I guess. And by feed myself, I mean microwave something. And then literally I'm shower and bedtime. We're done. And it's been tough. It's been like that every day for the last couple of weeks. And so I know that last week I kind of did this really cool drag show and I showed you guys that. And this week I filmed stuff. I only put out stuff that I would watch again, and I wasn't really happy with what I was putting out. And so like the first part of this episode was something that I had edited for a completely different show. But as I was editing it, I just felt like I'd be doing a disservice to you guys by releasing it. Cause I'm like, it's not that great, you know? And I don't know that this is much better, but it's I guess a little bit more honest explanation of why there isn't anything out today. And I'm sorry, cause I know some of you really like watching these episodes and you like seeing me do fun things. But the truth is, it's just been really tiring for me. I actually got off of a session just now with my therapist and talking about kind of, you know, different mindsets that I'm having about, you know, investing in myself and why did I not see my apartment as for me? I'll put literally all this effort into somebody else, somebody who doesn't even care about me, and I will neglect myself. I mean, even my diet, like I'm this size for a reason, and part of it is neglect. I think I'm just sort of like realizing how much I need to really pay attention to this and make sure that I take, you know, my healing is my responsibility. So that's why this is the video that I'm putting out, and I hope that's okay. And I'm trying to be more vulnerable, and I think vulnerability is sometimes saying I dropped the ball and I didn't have a lot of time to edit, and then on top of that, what I was editing I wasn't really happy with. You know, I don't want to put out crappy episodes. I hope you guys are okay with that, and I'm sorry if you're not. I promise these won't go on forever. This weekend is actually going to be beautiful, so I'm going to go and turn this off, and I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to put it up, and I hope you guys understand, and I'm sorry. And thank you for sticking around, and if you are so inclined, and you're just watching this channel, and you want to see what comes up and how it grows, please be sure to hit the notification bell, hit like and subscribe, leave a comment. I like talking to people. It all helps my channel. Anyway, I hope you all have a great rest of the week, a great weekend, and I will talk to you later. Bye.